Hello all, welcome back. Today I am doing another bowl. This one actually is was a Christmas present for friends of the family, called David and Doris. So I know he watches me videos, so hopefully he'll enjoy it. I've got the piece chucked up. What I've done is to start it, I've put a 51mm hole in one end of it so I can rough turn it and then turn the rebate for the chuck. I couldn't think of the word then for a minute. So I've got it up on the lathe. I'm just starting to round it off, get it to roughly where I want before I do too much. Here you can see I've still got a chunk that's come out of the side a bit, but that bit I'll slowly work it down to get rid of that. I quite enjoy this part of it because you're just hacking material off. I'm slowly just working it. So I want to get rid of all the cracks and splits on the outside, and I'm also starting to turn the right hand side down to start to form the rough shape of the bowl. I've swapped chisels over now. I've gone over to my smaller gouge to start to work the end down. You can see it's a bit uneven, but I shall work that out as I go along. Just refining the shape really. I've got a vague idea how I'm going to have the shape. As I here again, I'm trying to clean what will be the bottom of the bowl up. Keep moving my tool rest around to get a better gauge on it. Because when I've got it roughly flat, I shall then put in. Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a minute there. I shall put in me chucking point then. A bit juddery, but I was moving the camera because I realised you couldn't see the end so much to see what I'm doing, so I tried to move it round to give you a bit better view. Again, I'm just cleaning the bottom of it up now and just getting it so it's reasonably flat, and then I'll start put the contours in and the bit for the chuck. See now I'm working, I've moved the camera again, give you a better angle. I'm now working out the recess for the chuck jaws to sit in. The ones I'm using, they require about a 51, 52 mil groove to put the chuck into. I normally do it around the 8 mil deep, and it will have a angle a bit like a dovetail for allow it to grab the chuck, or the chuck to grab the piece, sorry. I like to try, because later on I'll remove all traces of the dovetail and all, so I like to try to finish the centre bit quite well, so it's quite presentable. I've got all the recess for the chuck pretty much finished now. Just tidying up the angle, and then I should be moving on to the bottom a bit more then. I want just a little divot in there to later on, so I can pop my centre in it. Finished the chuck recess now, and just starting to shape the actual foot of the bowl, the bottom of the bowl, whatever you like to call it, because I've got to do most of the shaping now, because in a bit I shall reverse it on the lathe, so I won't be able to get at it so easy. So here we go. I'm just putting the centre in to support it a bit, because it's really in the drill hole, so it doesn't grip it quite as well. And I'm getting slowly going to work the shape a bit now, or the bottom more so, and get it ready to reverse it. And I'm just more concentrating on the bottom half of the bowl for now, because I want to get that shape right and get it finished as best I can, and then I shall worry about the top afterwards. I'm trying to get a nice curve on it, so keep trying it, and I'll know when it gets there. It'll look right and feel right to me. I like to run my hand over it gently so I can feel any ridges that you can't see. I've transferred to more of the top of the bowl now, so I can I've got the bottom pretty much how I want it. I just got to transfer it and get the shape to the top. As I said, I find if I feel it, you can feel where any ridges you've missed, whereas you won't necessarily see them. I obviously switched it round in the lathe now, and you can see where that was just a plain hole drilled to chuck it. Now I start on the laborious task of boring it out. To start with, it works quite easy, but when you get on the deeper bore, and it can be a bit of a chore. Quite fun, but tedious as well. I should start with my spindle gouge, and then, as you'll see, I'll use various different tools as it goes. Yeah, it's just to start with, I'll just get rid of the bulk of the material. Obviously the shaping will come much later. I've swapped over now to it's a ring tool, it's called. They can be quite effective, but they can be tricky to use as well. I'm sort of I use them more on the deep boring. They're better really for end grain, but they can work like this as well, but they take a bit of using. See, now I've offset the headstock a bit to make it a bit easier for the boring, because it gives you more freedom with your arms and a bit easier to see. As you can see, when the ring tool works, it really does hack off some material, and it does do quite a clean cut on it. Like, so it's worth persevering with. I've swapped over to my scraper now. As you see, I keep swapping between all different tools. This is going to be an undercut, so the lip of the bowl will come out over the hollow. So I'm trying to get that top section about right before I worry too much, and then I'll slowly work it to the bottom till I get it to the depth I want. But it does takes a bit of time. But it's it's quite challenging but good fun at the same time. I keep stopping the lathe now and feeling how it's going, because I don't want the walls to be too thick, but also I've got to be careful a bit on the depth, because you don't want to go too deep and turn through the bottom of the bowl, because then it ain't much use then. I'm now got it pretty much how I want it. I'm just sort of really taking my time now and getting it to about as smooth as I can. I've sanded it off camera. There's no point in you watching me sanding it, and it's all off now, and I've treated it all with food grade oil. You can see the grain works well for this shape. It's sort of one of them I'm quite pleased with. So that's it for this one. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you could click like, and thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Bye now. Cut that bit.